It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue, and I'm here for today's episode of Cricut Chat. Good morning to all of my friends. So glad to see you. Um, we are we are doing something fun today, and I wanna show you. I had in my head that I wanted to do some things about strawberries. I love strawberries, and I can't eat enough of them. I particularly like strawberry shortcake and stuff. And when I was younger, this was during the preppy phase, I guess. There was strawberries everywhere, like on ribbons, and oh gee, I had pants that had strawberry like embroidered on them. And remember those little handbags that had that had like the ribbon. So I just always really liked strawberries, and so thought that I would do this fun project. So I started off with this random piece of cardstock. This is not Cricut cardstock. I don't know where I got it, but I really like it. And I was like, how can I make this into something? And so then I started adding different elements, and I'm going to show you step by step how I created this card. But the other thing that I did while I was playing, and really it does constitute playing, is I created a tag. So there's the card, and I'm going to show you how to do the card straight up, just exactly how to do it. And then I created these ginormous, they are rather big, ginormous strawberries. And then look at that. And I want to ask you, what do you think is similar besides the strawberries about all these projects? Does anybody have an idea? So the similarities, I'm sure I'll get somebody on saying I know what it is, but the similarity is I used I used iron on for all. Hi, Dawn. I used iron on for all four of these projects. So I'm going to show you how to do that because I think it's really fun. And I used my little mini here to, whoops, didn't mean to turn it on. Use my mini and my Cricut to create these things, and I'll show you how I did them. So let's start off with maybe something easy. This is actually the card that I came up with, but I'm going to go to my projects. Now, if you want to find these projects, I want to just point out to you that I have added, and I will continue to add, um, projects to my profile in Design Space. This doesn't cost you anything. I think that people are a little confused about this, but if you go over here to the left hand side and you click on those three lines, often called a hamburger because it's three lines, looks like a hamburger or sandwich. You click on there, you will see your face if you put in a picture. If you didn't, then nope, it's not there. But here it is, Rita Marie, and we're going to click right under here, view profile. Okay, so this is my profile in Cricut Community. So if you follow me, say on YouTube or on Facebook, and you want to do projects of things that I have shared with you, you can definitely find them here. So an example is, there's our card, and here also this 3D strawberry, and here's the strawberry banner. Now sometimes these projects are original, and sometimes they've just been added to, um, that I took the idea from either Cricut projects or whatever, and you should do the same. Come up with, start off with a project and then make your own changes to it. So let's have a look at this strawberry banner one. So this started off as just this plain strawberry. Let's have a look at it. So I think I found this in Design Space under projects, and it's really cute. It's kind of big, and it comes in with all these different, all these extras of these, a ton of them. But one of the things that I noticed is that there were no like little seeds on there. And I thought, gee, I I really like the look of the seeds. So what can I do to create the seeds on these strawberries? And I thought first, I thought, well, I could emboss seeds. Like if I had an embossing, which I do, I have an embossing machine, and I have a like a Swiss dot embossing folder, but we try to do things with Cricut. So what I did instead is I decided, let me see if it's here. No, it's not here. What I did was I decided to take the dots from this project, which was already on there, and transfer them over. Now, this is going to be a little weird for some people. So this is kind of like a little more advanced, this next part. So just be aware of that. Okay. So how I did that was I actually made my screen smaller by doing this. You see, I made my screen smaller here, and then I hit File, New Window. Now, I am working on an Apple machine. This doesn't work in the iOS, and I don't know if it works for Android because I don't have Android or Windows-based system anymore. So, but what I did was I opened up 2 versions of Design Space, and I am going to actually take something from one project. So let's go ahead and look at this one. This is our new one. So we have our strawberry banner thing out there, but now what we're going to do is we're going to go to projects, which I'm trying to think where I go. I'm having a mind blip here. Okay, here we go. Projects. Okay. So if I go to projects and I type in strawberry, you'll see there are these 2 projects. There's this Zoe Deschanel's 3D strawberries, and then there's here strawberry social banner. So this is the one we're working on. And since you can't work on 2 projects in the same time frame in Design Space, what we're going to do is open up the Zoe one, and we're going to take from that this little seeds. Okay, so let's go to customize. Now you can see in the background here is my other screen, right? So let's let that open. And here it is. So you can see here, let's ungroup it so you can see what it consists of. So it consists of these 2 pieces of stem and I guess, what's that, a stamen? I'm not sure if it's a stamen or not. And then you have this. These are all the little dots. And then here's the main piece, which is the strawberry. So what I'm going to do is sort of snatch this and put it on my other one. So I do that by hitting Command C, which is copy. Although there's another way to do it, I'm sure, but I do Command C, and then I go to this one and I hit Command V, which is paste. Okay. So now I have this. Now it doesn't quite fit this particular strawberry. The strawberry is really big, plus it's not 3-dimensional. So what I decided to do was turn it upside down, because it was upside down as far as the way I was looking at it. And then I contoured, so let me just make this bigger. And then I contoured it so that it would be big enough for the strawberry that's in there. So basically what I did was I took away all these smaller on the side strawberry seeds. You see, like this. And I'm just taking away, like, just so that it's shaped a little bit like the strawberry that we have on our screen. And you'll see here, see, it's starting to change a little bit. And I'm going to go and do contour on a few more, and then you'd be all set. So that's a little trick that I wanted you guys to know about to start off with. And then we can cut these out with iron on, and they cut out beautifully in the iron on, and you can iron them onto the strawberry. So that's this project, okay? And it's also the 3D strawberry. But I want to go to my card, which I started off again with that one piece of strawberry cardstock, and I was like, okay, well, what can I make with this? So here it is, and I made this "You Are So Sweet" strawberry thank you card. So you can see here that I've made this public in Design Space. That means if you go to my profile in Design Space, you will find this project, okay? And you can see underneath, these are all the images that I used. And I used all Cricut images, and I modified some. So I found this really fun strawberry, and then I started building my card, and let's go ahead and have a look at that. Okay, so again, I was thinking, all right, I have this lovely bit of cardstock. What should I do with it? And I saw a technique on Pinterest. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it if I go to Pinterest now, but I saw a technique on Pinterest where they took a really pretty piece of cardstock. Sometimes you get this cardstock and you're like, what do I do with it? So I decided, let's showcase this one piece. And you can do this with anything that you happen to like. So I happen to like strawberries, and I found this piece. So what I decided to do was cut out 4 squares of this. And you can see here, the squares are, let's ungroup it. The squares are about 1 3/4 of an inch square, and there's 4 of them, you see. And I'm going to cut those out using the strawberry stuff. And then I'm going to take this piece of white cardstock and sort of frame them all, just like that. Now, how did I create these? I did them all using shapes. So shapes are over here, and you can see here, there's my favorite shape, the square. You can make just about anything out of squares, or really out of shapes. So bring in a shape, and you can start to kind of get a feel for what you're looking for, and then you can change it. So I like to design my cards as 5 by 7. So this is what I did. I added a shape, and I unlocked it like this, and I changed it to let's see, 7 inches high and 5 inches wide. And that becomes my base. Okay. Now my base is a little different here. So I'll tell you why in a minute. All right. But that becomes my base. And I think I want to put some nice, like, patterned paper there. So I'm going to just change the color to green, because I'm going to actually use this patterned paper, which is it's a watercolor gingham from this Cricut paper pack. It's called Divine Peonies Deluxe Paper. And it's really pretty watercolor. It's going to look really nice as a background. So we start off with that and the idea of let's create sort of a showcase for my strawberry paper. So here I'm going to arrange this to the back, and then we can start off looking at, okay, what size do I want my little boxes? Go back and grab another box, and make sure that they're all properly sized, which they are, you see. Then I'm like, okay, what is this going to be about? Well, I like having like a little bit of a banner. So again, I went back to my shapes and I chose my square. So rather than having it be square, I'm going to unlock it and I'm going to make it 5 inches wide. So it's as wide as the card, but I don't want it 2 inches. I think it needs to be like 1.5, maybe 1 3/4. So here you go. There it is. And I'm thinking, okay, let's turn it red. So I'm starting to build this card, you see, and now I need something to tie it all together. And so I was thinking, what could we, if we have strawberries, okay, we can do a little strawberry embellishment, and then maybe we can find something that says you're very sweet or something like that. So the first thing I did was I went to shapes again, and I grabbed this scalloped circle, okay? And I like scalloped circles, so that's why I did it. You don't have to use this one, but I thought it would look kind of pretty here. And then I thought, well, maybe I should give it a like an offset layer. So first I'm going to turn my scallop white because I am a very visual person. And now I want an offset layer. So I'm going up here to offset. And I don't want a huge offset. I just want like maybe 0.15. That seems fine to me. So there's my offset. You notice it's not as scalloped as the other one, but I also want to change the color here to green, and I think that looks cool. So there is that. Now we might have to make some adjustments in terms of sizes, and we will do that in a second. Okay, so but first let's go after our strawberry image and then our sentiment on the front. So we're going to go images and let's just type in strawberry so that you can see all the stuff that's available. And let's see. So there are plenty of strawberries here to choose from. And I really liked this one by Heather Roberts, but and there are a couple others that I really liked. But I ended up settling on this one because it was very simple shaped, not a lot of detail, but it still had like the green and the white. So I'm going to save that and also choose it and add it to my canvas. Then I'm also going to, and I will need to make some adjustments, but there it is. And I'm going to go up to images again, and I'm going to type in, "You're so sweet."
How sweet you are.
Yeah, that's Mom in the background. All right, so the first thing that comes up is "You're so sweet," and it has watermelons, but that's okay. We're going to pull that into the design anyway. All right, so you see it has watermelons, and it's actually a 3-color image. So we're going to ungroup it, and we're going to just isolate the black. We can get rid of the green and the red. There are these 3 little dots here. We need to get rid of those. We're going to do that by contouring. And we're going to just take out those little dots that were part of the watermelon. Okay, So now we kind of have all of our elements. We just have to worry about size. We don't have the actual card base. I'll show you how to do that in a second. But I'm just going to start changing the size of these things so that they turn out to be the size that I want. Okay. I think this needs to be smaller. Whoops, I didn't group that. So let's go back and move this over and let's group this. And here is like this. And you're so sweet. Maybe it's a little bit big. So I'm going to actually unlock it and sort of stretch it a little bit like that. And then for our strawberry, we're going to arrange that to the front. And we need to make it so that it is going to fit inside of our scallop circle. And there you go. Okay. Now what we want to do, let's group this whole thing and sort of put it aside. Now we need to create this, which is our card base. And I just put a thank you, just a simple thank you. I'm going to show you how to do that too. So let's first go to shapes and grab our square. And I always have this trouble with shapes for some reason. They don't want to show up when I want them, but it does take a second. I don't know why. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to grab a square. Once I do that, once it shows up on my screen, I'm also going to go back to shapes and grab this top left line. It's a score line. Okay. Now I said that I like to make my cards 5 by 7, and this is why I'm going to, because it's so much easier to remember, and then you can resize it. So I'm unlocking this square, and I'm going to make it 10 inches wide and 7 inches high. So this is an unfolded card. Okay. We can change it to white, just because it might be easier to see. And then we've got our score line, which I'm going to pull down and make sure that it is 7 inches high. Okay. And I don't have to worry about, did I position the score here? Did I put it right halfway? Because then I can group these two, or sort of select these two right here, and use my align feature and center it right at the exact center. Okay. Now, while I have it at the exact center, I am going to select them again, and I am coming down here to attach where there is a paper clip. Okay. So here's what we got so far. We've got a blank inside card, which I'm going to arrange it to the back. And then we have this card that is bigger, right? Not bigger, but it's the same size. So what I'd like to do is I would like to resize this so that it is going to make a mat all the way around. So I'm going to, I grouped it already, and I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to make, instead of being 5 by 7, I will do 1/4 inch all around. So that's 4.75 by 6.75. And you can see there is 1/4 inch. If you want to go a little bit thicker, you can do that. You just change it any way you like. Okay. So this is a way that I would do it, and it allows me to use the base of my card as another matte layer. And the matting looks so professional, so that's why I like to do it that way. Okay, so it's like a layered effect. All right, and let's go, we can go again to images, and we can type in thank you. To finish up this card, we'll type thank you, and we'll look for a written sentiment that's just thank you. So here's one that's from our friend Anna Griffin, and I like this one. I also like some of these others, so you can just grab them. Now you could also add text and add it to your text, but text is a different element that I don't want to really get into today. So I'm just going to use this image that is already created for this occasion, right? So let's go ahead and move this off, and I'm going to make sure it's sized correctly. I like to put my inside sentiments sort of at the top and leave a little room so they can put a name on there, and then a little bit of room at the bottom so you can add your own personal greeting. Then I group this again and attach it again. So this has kind of a double attach on there. All right. And then here is
My puppy doesn't eat
any
cake.
okay. Okay. Anyway, so there is the card, the completed card. Now, while I was doing this, I also decided that I would make a tag. And so I did all of the same things, except in this case, I went to images and I typed in
I had
tag.
him out earlier. You didn't do no peer food, but I did have him out.
No, Teddy Bear's in the room. Okay, so I found this tag, so this is the one that I'm going to use. All right, and again, I will get this file, and you will find it in my profile. But just so that you know, this is how I created it. Now, let's see. Let's go over how this is going to get cut. I'm going to move. Hold on just a second. I'm going to hide this part here, group it, and hide it. So here's our card. Let's go ahead and cut it out. So we hit make it, and you see it ends up being two different color reds down here, and I don't want that. So I need to cancel and go back to color sync and make sure that I have the same color red and the same color green and actually the same color white. I know that seems weird, but now when we hit make it, we have a very simple 5 sheets. Now this one is for our strawberry paper. This one is for the base element and a few other elements. And here is my You're So Sweet. Now I'm going to cut this out of iron-on. I'm going to cut this out of iron-on. So I need to mirror it. Okay. And then the rest of this, I'm just going to cut out with paper. So let's just look at the cutting out of the iron-on. I'm going to bring you down. I'm just going to show you. I always have little pieces. You guys know I always have scraps hanging around. So here is a scrap piece of black everyday iron-on that I'm going to put onto my mat. Just like that. And when I go to cut this out, I'm going to change my I'm going to make sure that it's mirrored, which it is, and I'm going to cut this out. So let's go to our machine and use this. Now, if you're going to do this project, this is the only portion that you would cut out of iron-on. Or if you wanted to do vinyl, you could do vinyl. But I'll be honest with you, the iron-on is so much easier to weed and put on, and I want to just kind of show you that that way. Okay. taking a second. So while I'm hi, hello to everyone. While I'm waiting for that to cut out, I just want to say hi to everyone. Welcome. If you're new, please make sure that you reach out and say hello in the chat. There are actually, I think, two different chats, but I see them both combined. There's a chat on YouTube and there's a chat on Facebook. And everybody here is very, very kind, very nice to each other. Nobody is going to say anything bad or whatever. It's a very, very nice group of people. And if you're new, they want to welcome you. So say hello. Tell them where you're from, and they will welcome you. The other thing I want to mention is if you're new to me, you may not know about my monthly giveaways. I do give away every month. I give away a bunch of stuff. This month is no exception. The July giveaways include, includes a mini EasyPress bundle, which we're going to be using that mini EasyPress. So let's let you know that you can enter your name. You can actually enter your name every day. All you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel. And once you're subscribed, you can come back the next day and just like, comment, or share on any of my videos. And that will allow you to put your entry in here. Mom, can you talk in the kitchen, please? And this will allow you to put your entry in a second or third or however many times you want to put it in. I do think that if you are really wanting to win, then you would set yourself a little reminder and get your entry in every single day. It's people that enter on a regular basis that tend to win, because even though it's a random generator, it does sort of favor just the odds. It's sort of like the lottery. If you play more, you have more chances of winning, I guess. I don't understand how gambling works, but that's my basic knowledge. So here I am weeding rather unprofessionally, but I'm weeding this here, and let's see how this goes together. So here's my card and all of the pieces. So this one, here's my thank you. I'm going to fold this in half. Okay, and I'm going to take all my pieces. So this is my gingham paper, and that again is from Natalie Milan, which is a Cricut. It's a Cricut paper pack called Perfectly Peonies or something. Peonies. You could probably find it in the stores. And then there's my little stripe across. And let's grab my little scallop, all these little pieces that I've already cut out for you. So there is my scallop. And let's grab my strawberry. Now the strawberries have these little dots in them. You do want to poke those out because you want to see like something come through the back. And I'm going to make sure that it's white because I'm putting it on a white base. All right, just poke these out. This one doesn't want to poke out. Okay, and then there's even a little green thing for the top of the strawberry. Make sure that you've got it positioned correctly, which I do not have right here. Okay, and then we'll take our square, add that here, and then we'll take our 4 squares and sort of place them here. I think that this is going to look so much like so fun, isn't it? Okay, and then we also have our sentiment right here. Okay, So we're just going to put this all together. I'm going to use some glue, and I think I'll use double-sided tape. So let's move this over. I'm going to use the double-sided tape on the back of the gingham. Yeah, you can resize these cards. Just when you go and pick them up, do make sure that you are saving them to your design space, and so that way you can save the actual design and make any changes to it. And I believe if you borrowed a design from me, I think it says inspired by, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure. It used to say that. I don't know if it still does. Anyway, I'm putting double-sided tape on the back of this. You don't have to use double-sided tape. You can use glue or whatever it is that you like to use to adhere your pieces. For the bigger pieces, I like to use the double-sided tape. All right, so there we go. All right, next up is the square. And again, you could use the double-sided tape. I think I'll use glue for this one. And I'm just going to put a little stream of glue here. Just like that. Let's take this and put it across. You see, it's cut out to be, it's not going all the way to the edge of the card. That's up to you if you wanted to make it would look cute as well. That's the great thing about Cricut, is that you can make any changes you want. All right, so we're going to put this here, and let's do our strawberry. So there is our little scalloped circle that's going to go here. You could, if you wanted to, use double like foam tape and make your strawberries stick out. That would look nice too. Okay, and where's my strawberry? There it is, with the little, okay. Okay, so there's the strawberry. Right here. Okay. And then our little squares we can put up there. And I like the idea of them being sort of like framed pictures. So this looks good. This layout looks good to me. If you need to use a ruler to set these up, you can do that. That's fine. I'm just going to use my eyes to set these up and make sure that they have enough space between them. Now for the sentiment, which is done in the iron-on, we're going to use our little mini to get that sentiment on there. So I like to work using these sort of self-healing mats, and they really take a beating. But what they cannot deal with is heat from a press. So what I like to do is get out my EasyPress mat. Love this. It's probably one of my favorite tools. So there's my EasyPress mat, and here's my iron-on. I'm going to take my my iron. I'm going to turn it on. I put it on 2, and then I'm going to line this up the way that I want it. Let's go ahead and trim it, make it easier. All right, this looks good, and I just have to wait for my mini to heat up. So while we're doing that, I can also get my other tag, the one that I made with the larger strawberry. Here's the larger strawberry. And this one here is saying there. So we can go ahead and put that on there. I can actually do this. They don't do well with a hot cup of coffee either, Gail. I hadn't noticed that. A lot of liquids are not allowed in my studio unless they're covered, because I am a klutz, so I do tend to spill things all the time. Oops, I did this wrong. Put it on this way. There we go. So just waiting for my little mini to heat up. And there it is. Okay. So let's do this. You're going to be like, what? You can do that? I love this technique. And I don't need to do it for all that long, just a little tiny bit, but I want to make sure I get the entire sentiment, allow it to cool a little bit. The heat is retained in this mat, so and then peel it away, and you have this gorgeous card. You're so sweet. Thank you. So if you want to make a little thank you card for somebody, we'll do that on here as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Just needs a little bit of heat. Don't want too much. While I'm here and working with the not enough on here. While I'm working with the cards and the the card and the tag, I'm going to show you how to do the dots on the strawberries too, so that you can see what I did. All right. Let's see, did that cool down? It did. How's that? So cool, right? So there's our card. I got to put the strawberry on there. And then here is the large strawberry from the banner that I've added these little dots for the seeds, just like this. And I'm going to put them on my strawberry. There we go. There's that. And let's have a look at the 3D one. So here's the 3D one with the seeds. There's a lot more seeds for this one, but here we go. And you have to position them correctly, obviously, but they're going to go on to make sure that they're all touching the actual paper. And voila, this one got off a little bit, but there you go. There, it's all set. So when you go to put this together, and which is easy to put together, you just fold here. And there is a little bit of a tab right here. You're going to glue this tab right here. And once you do that, you're going to then see all these tabs on the side at the top here. I'm going to fold those. And then you're going to sort of bend the paper a little bit and glue those tabs onto the back of the next section. Okay. just like this, and it creates a 3D object. I think it looks so much better with the seeds on it. I don't know about you, but I do think it looks so much better. And just so that you can see, these are what we did. I do have these all in my profile. You can grab them, but they're separate. So you need to grab them all separately. So here's the card. Didn't that turn out great? You're so sweet. Thank you. And then here is the tag, which I added a little bit of ribbon to. And let's see, where's my strawberry complete? Here it is. And here's my completed strawberry with, I put the flower on the top there. And then here's our 3D strawberry. I will say that putting the strawberry, the 3D strawberry, was a little bit arduous. I don't know why, but I had a bit of a time with it, and I might go back to the drawing board on that. So, but you would just go ahead. It takes a little bit of time there. So that's it for today. With a little bell inside for your grand kitty. Oh, Gail, you're so funny. It changed color. It changed the cardstock color. Yeah, that can sometimes happen, but I think once it cools off, it comes back. And there, that shouldn't be an issue. You will sometimes get warping of the paper if you use it on too high of a setting, which I think I probably should have put this on the 1 setting. And I didn't check the heat guide. Of course, I didn't check the heat guide. But that is my project for today. It's actually multiple projects, and I hope that you enjoy them. And do go and visit me in the community. Again, if you're just coming on at halfway through. So you can go to the community. Yes, I want to cancel by going to that triple line hamburger, and up here it says view profile. You can also go to the home page. This is the home page of Design Space. And if you scroll and you just, let's say you're looking for ideas, you can scroll. And if you scroll down far enough, you will see this recently added by the community. So here's a bunch of stuff added by the community. If you click on see more, you will get into the community from there, and you can actually search for projects here. Now there's a lot of projects here, so don't get overwhelmed. And if you want to follow anyone like me or anybody else, you can see their name underneath. So here is a Noah's first birthday card sliding. So it's created by this person named Eileen. You can save this, you can heart it, which is to like, or you can actually click on Eileen's name and find all of her projects right here. And she is, let's see, we'll follow her. And she has how many projects? She's got a lot of cool projects here. It doesn't say how many. Oh, 14. So so this is how you can sort of get into the community and look for projects. And there's just so much inspiration. And I just love the community, because people do things that I never thought about, and they might get me to think about, like this one here. Look at this one, a diamond stair stepper card. So cool. I love that she used these bee images, and she used a pretty matching bee card stock. That's so cool. So that's it for me for today. Now I have 2 days off It's Tuesday, so I have Wednesday and Thursday off. You know, I'm not going to be off. I'm going to be doing stuff, but I won't be having a show on Wednesday and Thursday. And that's part of our new schedule. And then Friday, I'll be back at 5 o'clock, so that we can reach other people instead of just the morning group. So we're trying this for the summer, and I don't know, I'm kind of like nervous about it too, but it's change is okay. We have to all just kind of do a little bit to try to stretch ourselves. So that's what I'm hoping to do with this. And let's see, on Friday, we're going to be doing, I'm so excited about Saturday, but on Friday, we're going to be doing cards that insert cards in all the different sizes, how to create your own from regular cardstock, or if you wanted to use pattern cardstock, you could, but I'm going to show you how to create both the card and the inserts for the cards. Okay, and that's on Friday. And then on Saturday, we're going to be making beautiful fabric key fobs, like those that you can actually put your arm in, and that way you never lose your keys. This is something that mom's always doing, losing her keys. So I figured, let's make a key fob and show you how to add the key fob hardware, which you can purchase at Amazon, and I will put a link there for Saturday. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Oh, Patreon winners. Thank you, Gail. Well, I want to tell you, so my mom is here, as you could hear. My mom is here. And I got a little distracted yesterday and didn't get a chance to do the Patreon winners. I'm going to pick them later today, but she just is settling in and needs a little bit more time of my time, and I think she'll be staying with me for a little while, so I'm gonna have to sort of rearrange my schedule a little bit. I will do the Patreon winners this afternoon, and I will announce them. Let's see, I think I could announce them ahead of time, ahead of Friday, but by by putting an announcement on my page, and then I will comment on it on Friday. Okay. Thanks everybody for coming today, and I hope that you have a lovely couple of days. I will miss you, and I will see you again on Friday. If you need me, just reach out on email, Miss Rita to the rescue at gmail.com, or you can find me also in Patreon, or also on Facebook. I'm there often. So you can just message me and I'm happy to respond. Thanks everybody for coming today. We'll see you again on Friday. Have a lovely week.